What's going on, everybody? We noticed that Jeff haven't uploaded a video in a while, in about 24 hours. But I was going through his last video and I was looking at the comment section. And I believe her name was Whispering Woman, I believe. The last comment that was made on that video. And they was talking about VP and how pretty much how great of a person she is for doing what she do. Now, that got me to thinking. And I was wondering, and I'm asking this question to VPP. If y'all know who VPP is, that's Village People of the Philippines. She's a Filipina who is controversial in my eyes because I have my own opinion, and I'm gonna not talk about that part right now. But to move on, I wonder how she feel about Jeff saying that it's okay for foreigners to come to the Philippines and have relations with 12 and 13-year-olds. Now, VP seemed like the type of person who cares about the Filipino people. She seems to think that foreigners tend to come to the Philippines and take advantage of the Filipino people. But at the same time, she's a true supporter of Jeff. And my thing is, if you really care about the Filipino people, how can you support someone who said it's okay for a grown man to come to the Philippines and have, I'm not going to say sexual relationships, I'm not going to say relationships with a 12 and 13-year-old? It came out of his mouth. And what I'm going to do for VPP, I'm going to put the link to that video in the comment section because I want you to hear it for yourself. And I want you to make a comment on that. I want you to tell the people, if you really care about the Filipino people and the Filipino young people, how do you feel? How do you feel about a man who said that about kids, children, that it's okay for a grown foreigner to come to the Philippines and have a relationship with a 12-year-old and a 13-year-old? And my thing about that is no matter what the law says, a man should never endorse something like that. Should never endorse something like that. And VPP, if you take that money from Jeff, which is illegal money because he raised it without having a license to raise it, so it's illegal money on top of it. But if you take that money from Jeff, you will show the world that you don't care about the Filipino people. You really don't. Because if you care about them, you'll tell Jeff, I don't want that money because it's coming from you. A man who said it's okay to have a relationship with a 12 or a 13-year-old female Filipina. But you're not the only one. I'm going to make sure I let Kellner Chronicles, Jimbo 360, Raw Facts. I am going to make sure I tag all of them in this video also because I want them to listen to a man who said it's okay. It's okay to have a relationship with a 12 and a 13-year-old. A foreigner, a grown foreigner, to have relations with a 13-year-old or a 12-year-old. But VP, you tell me how you feel about it. Because this video is for you, since you are a Filipina who seems to care about the Filipino people. So you tell me how you feel.